Traffic stops can be stressful. Having a communication disability can make a traffic stop even more stressful. The passing of the Ohio Communication Disability Law allows individuals with a communication disability to voluntarily identify themselves to law enforcement in order to reduce any potential misunderstandings or communication problems. Ohio Communication Disability Law Awareness Video.
We want everyone to know about this Ohio law and how it supports the safety of some people in our community who have challenges when it comes to communicating. That person could be you, or maybe it's someone you love. Hello, I'm Ohio Governor Mike DeWine.
And I'm Kevin Miller, Director of Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities. This communication disability bill became law on August 1st of 2018. The law allows people with a communication disability to let law enforcement know about it. For example, those who are deaf or hard of hearing, have cerebral palsy, or who are on the autism spectrum.
The goal is to alert law enforcement right up front that they have stopped a vehicle on the road that may have a driver or passenger inside who has a communication disability. When officers know that information up front, it can be a smoother stop for all involved.
And this registration is voluntary, but we hope you'll consider it and tell others about it. To find out more, keep watching.
My name is Diane Page, and my son Chris was pulled over for a traffic violation. When he handed the officer his driver's license, he did not make eye contact, because most on the spectrum do not make eye contact, and he had his head down because he was very afraid, and the officer thought he had been drinking. The officer just assumed he was under the influence, and he had him get out of the car and do a sobriety test. And he was unable to do any of it because of being on the autism spectrum. When I saw the handcuffs on him, our hearts just sunk. It just broke our hearts. We just sobbed. It was very emotional for him as well as for our whole family.
Individuals with a diagnosed communication disability who drive or who regularly have a passenger in their vehicle with a communication disability can now voluntarily identify themselves to law enforcement by registering in the Ohio Leads database. During a traffic stop, officers approaching a vehicle will be notified through the Leads database that the driver or passenger has a communication disability. This key piece of information will allow officers to adjust their approach and reduce potential misunderstandings between the officer and the driver or passenger.
Ohio's communication disability law will protect you and the communities we serve. Registration is voluntary. Individuals with a diagnosed communication disability can complete a verification form and have their doctor validate the form. All forms are submitted to the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and the individual will be listed in the Leads database. Once a vehicle plate number is entered into Leads, a flag will appear on screen. The flag notates this vehicle has a driver or passenger with a communication disability. The system does not provide specific information about the disability. It simply notates communication disability.
I'm Julie Stewart. I live here in Columbus, and I've lived here about 15 years, but I'm originally from Ashtabula, Ohio. Sorry to say I have been pulled over before, but I know I always feel anxious because how am I going to tell them that I need paper to write to communicate with the police officer? And I'm afraid that if I reach for something that from my glove box, that they'll think I'm reaching for a weapon or something and for something else. It's nice to know that when I'm getting pulled over, my name will pop up in the system and they'll see that there's a communication disability, which means the police officer will know that to expect a variety of ways to communicate that might include sign language, an iPad or a device like that, or paper and pen, or even spoken English.
The process to register is simple. Download the verification form from the OOD website at www.ood.ohio.gov/communication disability law. Completed verification forms can be submitted by mail, email, or in person. Send by mail to the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, Attention Remittance /DPU, Post Office Box 16521, Columbus, Ohio 43216-6521. Or you can do this by email at vis-administration@dps.ohio.gov. And lastly, you can do this in person. Visit bmv.ohio.gov to find a nearby BMV location. You will receive a confirmation receipt sent to the email address provided on your verification form. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities at 614-438-1203. Thank you.